Games Workshop make incredible models, mostly anyway. But there's one thing that always frustrates me about Games Workshop, and that is the way they present stuff. It's infuriating. The same stuff keeps happening, and we, the audience, are the ones that lose out. Just recently, we've just had the big stream for the first game of 11th edition. 11th edition is the flagship product when it comes to Games Workshop. Warhammer 40,000 is their main product, so you would have thought they would have put all the effort, all the cool stuff into this live stream to keep people entertained, to keep people interested. And from what I've seen, from my perspective and the information that I've been getting, the feedback that I've been seeing from people, it was an absolute bloody letdown. And it was absolutely bloody boring. It was just terrible. Why did they keep doing this? Anyway, let's jump in, let's look at it, let's talk about this, let's go through my first impressions of the game, where it's going, or where it seems to be going with the new edition, and we can have a nice little chin wag as we always do. Now, I just want to say at the start of this video, I'm not trying to throw any type of shade at the people who played the game, like Adrian from Tabletop Titans or anything like that. I personally thought they played the game they played. Yes, there was some things in there which I wish they would have done, but that's their playstyle, not my playstyle. I'll mention those few things, but again, that's no shade at the actual players. The shade is aimed at how Games Workshop have presented this. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is the flagship product. This is the big one, and I thought there would have been a lot more production gone into this. The first big thing, which everyone has been talking about, is miking up the players. The system they had is where the players were mic'd up, but the sound from the players then went to the commentators, and the commentators were talking whatever they were talking about, and we didn't hear the players. I have no idea why they did this. Some people have said to me, Valrak, they never mic up the players anyway. Yeah, but this is not a general, tournament game. This is a preview of your brand new product with people who are partnered with you. Tabletop Titans are partnered with Games Workshop, right? Play on Tabletop are partnered with Games Workshop. I'm sure the majority of people who are watching this video and also who watch them tune into their bat reps. I know I do anyway, because of the talking they do, the banter, the back and forth, the decisions they're talking about, the tactical stuff they want to relay and put on the battlefield. We weren't getting any of that. All we were seeing is some hands, right, slinging around the battlefield, stuff being moved, and then the commentators talking about that stuff, not in real time. It was terrible. It was absolutely a joke at the end of the day. I have no idea why GW just didn't do, okay, let's mic up the players, and when we want to talk over the players, because this is what you can do, you get like a little soundboard input, you lower their microphone with a little button, and you raise yours. You talk over them when you need to talk over them, but let them play the game, let them talk over the game so the people can see the decisions they're making with these new rules. I don't know why they didn't do that. It was absolutely awful, and Games Workshop, explain why. Can someone logically explain why? These people are not going to be swearing or anything because, like I said, they're partnered with Games Workshop. It's a preview game. It's to show off the game itself. Now, when it comes to the camera angles and stuff, this was good and also it was bad. So at the start, the stream, of course, was delayed by 15 minutes because of technical difficulties. And when they actually started the stream, their main camera went off and they had to do some, the introduction commentary on a webcam that was 480. It was terrible. I actually made a joke Eddie flew 11 hours just to be shot in 480. It's, you couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up with this billion-pound company. But when we went to the actual game itself, I will give them their props. They had some pretty awesome camera angles, which I really enjoyed, like side views and stuff like that. They had some chap who was literally on a free cam going around. It was a little bit shaky, but, I'm not really complaining about that. Maybe if they would have put a tripod on there, but, that's just me being a moaning old man. I thought those camera angles were good. The problem is that the majority of the game was from top down. Now, I understand why they do this in a competitive match and stuff like that, because it's all about this is there and stuff. But again, I go back to that point. This is trying to show off your product. You want close-ins of these new models, right? You want to see the jump chaplain. You want to see these new intercessors. You want to see the land speeder, the new orc war boss, right? You want to see them clashing in the middle of the battlefield with all these cool camera angles. Yes, like I said, they had a couple of them, but they didn't use them to the full effect. One YouTube channel, which I think does this absolutely fantastic during live streams, is Wargamers Live. If you can, GW, hire those chaps to come in to do your production, because they are 10 out of 10. Not only do they like mic up people and stuff like that, but the camera angles they do from all around and stuff, you really get to see the essence of the battle if you're doing it like a live stream. I personally think what they should have done is put a camera actually on the table. There's other channels, Battle Barn does this, another YouTube bat rep channel that does live streams. They put a wireless camera on the table and you get really close to the action. So when you're seeing those rolls going off, you're seeing that key battle, that key fight between two big characters, you're there in it. It feels like you're there in it. That's what I would love to see. That's the narrative type of game for me. And in terms of narrativeness, because I know a lot of people have been commenting about this, that game felt way more competitive than narrative. Or should I say, all the games felt way more competitive than narrative. Even the narrative game, for me personally, it felt more as like a competitive game. I get what they're trying to do. Yes, they're taking away like Crusade out of the main books now, and they said they're going to put them in separate books. But I personally think that maybe going forward, this game is going to be more of a competitive game. Yes, they're trying to change the terrain rules, which hopefully when I come to play it, it will change my mind, because I'm just taking everything at face value at this moment in time. But from what I was watching, it felt just more competitive play. And I know I'm going to upset a lot of people when I talk about this, and it's not my intention, but I personally believe that the competitiveness has taken over the core of Warhammer 40,000 now in terms of playstyle. I think they aim it at the more competitive type of player, and for me, who's more of a narrative person who just goes there and has a laugh with friends, I don't care if I win or lose. I know we joke about like I'm undefeated and stuff like that, but that's all jokes. I go there to socialize, be with my friends, roll some dice, pack it up, and go back home. That's all I do it for. So for me, I think that essence is slowly being sucked out of it, and I just, you know, it's just not the way I like to play my games. And I tell people this, when I actually come to play Warhammer games, I actually play it differently how GW tells me to play it, in terms of like setting out terrain and all that type of stuff. I build my boards so it's as narrative as possible. It looks cool. It's the rule of cool. That's what Warhammer is for me. It's all about that rule of cool. So in summary, my first impressions of 11th edition were just boring and bland. That's what it was. If you watched me during the live stream watch along that we did, I ended it before the first game. It was that boring. It was just nothing was happening. There was one thing that was quite funny, is I think was it Adrian who was playing the Marines? Sorry, Adrian, for calling you out on this, or the other chap who was playing it. They put the Brutalis in the back lines, and it was like turn 4 or 5 before the Brutalis like got up in like combat, and I'm like, what are you doing? Brutalis is in like the backstage, is like, let me go. I've got these claws, right? I've got these hands for these Xenos. Like, I'm like, just unleash the Brutalis, shove him up the battlefield, and let him sing. Like, that's the kind of thing that I would do. But, you know, I'm not the kind of the best tactical player. I just throw all my army in the middle of the board and say, you know, let's dance, right? Let's dance and let's see who can handle these hands. But yeah, like I said, first impressions, very boring. Very, very bland. Hopefully that'll change when I actually get my hands on it and I get to play it for myself, which I'm hoping to do some live streams on my channel, of course. Let's see if we can make it better than the GW live streams. But if you're going to take anything from this, take that GW could not run a piss up in a brewery. Again, Games Workshop, you are now valued close to £7 billion on the market, right? Come on now. Get some extra cameras, get some extra people, mic up the players, make it fun, make it entertaining. That's all we want. Entertain us. Make this the best thing we've seen since sliced bread. Thanks for coming. Thanks for waffling. If you've got any waffles for yourself, post them down below, down below, and we can have a little talk down there. Did you enjoy it? Am I wrong? Right? Tell me if no, Valrak, you're wrong. You're just being a Debbie Downer, right, Valrak? You're taking too much out of this. I enjoyed it because of these reasons, right? Tell me. Mate, I'd love to get the feedback on how you felt about that live stream. Does it inspire you for 11th edition? Is it just going to be the same old as what 10th is right now? Is 11th edition 10.5? let me know down there, and we'll have a little chinwag as we always do. See you, have a great day, evening, night, and bye-bye.